15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Welcome back, everybody. It is 15-Minute Monday time. I hope you guys are well. I had a fantastic weekend and I hope you too. Today, I want to discuss a quick topic again. 15-Minute Mondays must be short and powerful. And the episode is called Navigating Emotions with Grace, the Art of Emotional Agility. I am certain that many of you can relate when you feel like your emotions are on a roller coaster ride that never ends. 1 minute you're cruising along, feeling fine, and the next you've been plunged into anxiety or anger, and that without warning. While learning emotional agility can help you navigate those hairpin turns with grace. Understanding what triggers your emotion is important, and figuring out healthy ways to process them leads to more balance and resilience when life throws curveballs at you. In this podcast episode, I want to explore some skills for adapting to changing emotional landscapes, managing stress, and cultivating the flexibility to handle whatever comes your way. So buckle up as we dive into the art of emotional agility. This is something that is close to my heart again, because I think it's an important skill and it will make your life so much easier. So let's explore what emotional agility means. Emotional agility refers to your ability to navigate difficult emotions with wisdom, courage, and with grace. It means being able to adapt to emotional challenges and setbacks with flexibility and sensitivity. Developing emotional agility requires certain skills that allow you to cultivate self-awareness and resilience. Self-awareness, knowing your triggers, habits and tendencies, being able to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment and just looking at them from the back of your head, from the bird's perspective, just looking at it without emotions and understanding what is happening there. And the next one is acceptance, allowing yourself to experience the full range of emotions. And I always say that over and over again, full range of emotions, and it doesn't matter what it is, even unpleasant ones, rather than suppressing or avoiding them, which always will lead to a build-up inside of you. It will be like a pressure cooker, and eventually that thing boils over if you have no proper vent there or no proper valve where the pressure can get out. It will become a problem. It becomes a disaster, a fight with a spouse, a fight with a work colleague, even a fight with your manager. It will never get you anywhere positive. Resilience, bouncing back from difficulties or setbacks with optimism and determination. Having the capacity to cope with stressful events in a healthy way. Responsiveness, choosing how you respond to your emotions rather than reacting impulsively, pausing to evaluate the situation before taking action. That's why birds view, and disassociating yourself from your impulses and your emotions to look at the situation, get the pros and cons, get all data available. When you got that and then you decide from there, that's when you act with clarity and with focus. And after all that, courage. The willingness to step outside your comfort zone, finding the bravery to face discomfort and make difficult decisions if necessary. The thing here is that emotionally agile people understand that feelings are temporary and do not define you. They recognize that emotions are complex, nuanced, and often contradictory. Rather than labeling emotions as good or bad, they see them as useful sources of information, data. With practice, you can strengthen your emotional agility by observing how your thoughts and beliefs influence your feelings, challenging unhealthy assumptions, and adopting a kinder self-talk. Being emotionally agile allows you to face difficulties with wisdom, courage, and with grace. By cultivating self-awareness and resilience, you can ride the ups and downs of emotions with empathy, sensitivity, and flexibility. And with time and practice, navigating emotional complexity can become a natural and graceful experience. And that is the end goal. That is what's so beautiful. That's what we strive for. Let's talk about some key skills for navigating emotions. To develop emotional agility, you need to strengthen key skills that will help you adapt to life's emotional ups and downs with grace. Self-awareness. Knowing your own emotional patterns, triggers, and tendencies is essential. You need to pay close attention to how you typically respond in emotionally charged situations. Do you get defensive, shut down, or lash out? Identifying your habits can help you make better choices in the moment. That's why I always talk about pattern recognitions. If you don't look out for those things, then you don't know your patterns. Then you don't know the way that you respond, and you might be responding emotionally or emotionally charged and not from a point of clarity. You need flexible thinking, the ability to see situations from multiple perspectives and adapt your thoughts accordingly is key. Try avoiding rigid all or nothing thinking, black and white. Look for the gray areas and complexities in emotional experiences. Rather than oversimplifying them, challenge any irrational thoughts you may have. You have to look out for them so that you can catch your emotional triggers, that you can catch your bad habits and replace them with better ones, as I like to say. Another important point, managing emotional reactivity. Staying calm and centered allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than just react impulsively. I practice this every day, and although I'm a coach and I am focused on these things every day, you don't always get it right. But when you don't focus on them, when you are not aware of it, then it's even harder. So take some deep breaths to help yourself relax. Count to 10 slowly. Remove yourself from the situation until emotions simmer down if needed. These techniques can help you avoid escalating a conflict or saying something you'll regret. Empathy, empathy, empathy. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their emotions and perspectives, even if you disagree with them, is essential for healthy relationships and conflict resolution. Make an effort to listen without judgment and validate the other person's experiences. Say something like, I can understand why you feel that way. I can see where you're coming from. When you do these things, it shows that you consider the other person's feelings, and it is important for yourself, because if you cannot reflect and imagine how the other person feels, how would you craft an appropriate response? And you do have to understand that even if your message that you are sending is perfectly packed from all kind of directions, that still doesn't guarantee that the message arrives at the other person the way that you are looking at it. And that is what many people forget. That is not guaranteed. So you have to be open to people misinterpreting things that you say, even if they seem totally clear to you. Resilience, bouncing back from difficulties and setbacks, is a learnable skill that gets stronger with practice. Try maintaining an optimistic outlook, focusing on the things within your control and learning from your mistakes and failures instead of dwelling on them. Take care of yourself by sticking to routines, connecting with others, and engaging in self-care. With time and effort, you can build emotional resilience. Developing these skills will empower you to navigate life's ups and downs with insight, balance, and grace. You'll be able to adapt to changing circumstances, manage stress, resolve conflicts in a constructive way, and cultivate lasting well-being and happiness. The art of emotional. And always keep in mind how important it is to cultivate awareness and acceptance. Awareness and acceptance are the cornerstones of emotional agility. To gracefully navigate complex emotions, you must first develop an awareness of your inner experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Then accept them without judgment. Awareness means paying close attention to your emotions and how they influence your thoughts and actions. Notice the emotions that arise throughout the day and how intense they feel. Try to identify what triggered the emotions. The more aware you are of your emotions, the better you can understand yourself and make choices that align with your values. Accepting your emotions means allowing them to be as they are without criticism or blame. Don't label emotions as good or bad. Emotions just are. When you accept difficult emotions, their intensity often lessens. Acceptance also opens you up to learning from your emotions. Ask yourself what the emotion is trying to tell you about what you need or value. Some tips I want to share with you about building awareness and acceptance. Practice mindfulness. Spend a few minutes each day focused on your breath and the present moment. This strengthens your awareness muscle. Journal about your emotional experiences. Writing about emotions helps gain perspective and insight. Trust me, journaling is one of the most overseen practices that will help you and can change your life around 180 degrees. Contact me if you want to know more about journaling. I have little boot camps about journaling, and I can help you use them for work, for your personal life. It doesn't matter. Avoid judgmental language. Don't call yourself overly emotional or say you shouldn't feel a certain way. Don't call yourself a procrastinator. All these things. You have to understand these subtle nuances of language. They influence and they control you. If you tell yourself that you are a procrastinator, you will never break the habit of being one, because everything that your brain will do is aligned with finding evidence everywhere that you are actually a procrastinator. So don't do that. Watch your language. Make space for discomfort. Don't avoid or suppress difficult emotions. Allow them to arise and pass without reaction. Fighting them only makes them persist. Let them pass through, experience them, and then see what is to learn. Data. Again, data and pattern recognition. Be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself with compassion. You're learning and growing, and emotions are a natural part of being human. See emotions as informations. Ask, what is this emotion telling me? And how can I respond in a way that honors myself? This turns emotions into allies rather than obstacles. Developing strong awareness and acceptance skills will transform your ability to navigate emotions with grace. You gain freedom from reactivity and move towards choices that align with your deepest values. With regular practice, emotional agility can become second nature, and it is a beautiful and powerful tool. Another important point in this practice is regulating your emotions. To become emotionally agile, you need to strengthen your ability to regulate your emotions. This means managing emotional ups and downs, adapting to stressful or upsetting situations, and maintaining your composure. Let me discuss some key skills that you need to regulate your emotions. Identifying them first. The first step is noticing the emotions you're experiencing and putting a label on them. Are you feeling angry, sad, anxious, or overwhelmed? Recognizing your emotions is the foundation for then managing them constructively. Accepting your emotions. There's no reason to fight them. There's no reason to feel guilty about them or knock yourself down. Don't judge yourself for having certain feelings or berate yourself for being overly emotional. Emotions are a normal human experience. Accept them with self-compassion and understand that you cannot control how you feel. You can only influence your reactions and behaviors. Managing intense emotions. Strong emotions can feel uncontrollable, but you have more power over them than you realize. You just have to disassociate yourself first. Take some deep breaths to help yourself calm down. Remove yourself from the situation that's triggering you until you gain perspective. Engage in self-care like exercising, spending time with others, or doing an enjoyable activity. Your ability to regulate emotions will strengthen with practice. It's important that you recognize it and then take yourself away. Don't let that impulse take over. Take yourself away, take a step back, fly up into bird's perspective, and then look at it from up there. And that will seamlessly transition into looking at the bigger picture. When emotions start running high, it's easy to become narrow-minded and reactive. Step back and look at a broader perspective. Will this issue still matter in the long run? Are there other ways of viewing the situation that could help you feel better? Putting your feelings into context can help diffuse emotional intensity. Becoming adept at regulating your emotions allows you to navigate life's challenges and ups and downs with greater ease and grace. You can't control what life throws at you. That's just how it is. But you can very well control your reactions. With regular practice of these skills, you'll find yourself achieving greater emotional agility and well-being, both in your personal and professional life. And one more very important point, building resilience through challenge. Developing emotional agility requires facing difficult emotions head-on through challenging situations. By learning to navigate stressful encounters with poise, you build resilience and the ability to adapt in the face of change. Some key skills that I want to throw at you: accepting discomfort. Learn to sit with unpleasant emotions rather than avoid them. While it may feel difficult in the moment, discomfort often passes if you give it some space, some breathing space. Maintaining perspective. Try to see challenges as temporary rather than permanent obstacles. Take a step back to consider the bigger picture and how this situation fits into the broader context of your life. This can help prevent feelings of being overwhelmed. Practicing self-care, say it over and over again, make sure to engage in regular exercise, mindfulness practices, social interaction, and leisure activities. Taking good care of yourself will strengthen your ability to cope during hard times. Don't deplete that body budget. Flexible thinking. Approach challenges with an open mind and curious mindset. Look for opportunities to learn and grow rather than view them as threats. Be willing to try new solutions and adapt your responses based on what's needed in each unique situation. Problem solving. When facing difficulties, look for pragmatic solutions and take action. Even small steps can help you feel more in control and less stuck. Connecting with others who have had similar experiences can also help in identifying strategies. Building emotional agility and resilience is a journey. By leaning into discomfort, maintaining a balanced perspective, and taking care of yourself each day, you develop the muscle memory to navigate life's challenges with increasing wisdom, empathy, and grace. So I want you to remember, your emotions are like the ocean, ever-changing and complex. Yet with practice, you can become an expert sailor, navigating even the stormiest of seas with grace and wisdom. Start small by noticing your emotions without judgment and leaning into curiosity. Build your skills through meditation, journaling, or talking to trusted confidants. Bit by bit, you gain the tools needed to respond thoughtfully even when the waves are high. Soon you'll find a sense of peace and confidence no matter what emotional weather comes your way. This journey requires patience, self-compassion, and a commitment to growth. But the rewards of emotional agility make it all worthwhile. Trust me, it is powerful. So set your course, take a deep breath, and sail forth. The adventure waits when you get out there. That was my 15-minute Monday, really exciting episode. Please, if I can ask you only one favor, share this episode with people that you know need it. Take a piece of paper, write down the most important points. This can change your life. Trust me, when I coach clients, whether it is teams, high-performing teams, executives, leaders, it does not matter. Very often it comes down to the basics. And if the basics are not waxed, then how do you think you're going to be a top performer, top achiever? You need to start with the basics, and that's where many people and my clients fall short. But they understand it, they recognize it, and they take action. Share this episode with a couple of people. Please rate it. Subscribe to the podcast. That's very important for me. We have been growing, and as long as you subscribe and share it, if we can only get one new listener per day, that's amazing. That would be 365 per year. And if every one of them takes another 5 wood onto the journey, imagine how many people we help and give free content. That's the amazing thing. It's completely for free and it can help change your life. So that was the 15-minute Monday. Thank you guys. I really appreciate your time to come back, tune in and listen to my podcast. That's really important for me. I hope that you have a fantastic week and I'll talk to you on Friday. That's Daniel, your host on the Success Blueprint. Take care.